Hey guys, it's Johnny again. I learned how to use a laptop just so I could make this video for you guys. Because if I had to use my phone, I'd probably end up walking halfway around the planet because I can't hold still because I'm the most ADHD thing invented. What are you doing? My dog's down there making her... I have a small dog too, and she's down there making some kind of a weird sound. She's getting like Chewbacca getting face fucked. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And anyway, back to my video. This video is going to be things about me. And considering I am nobody on the internet, most people would have their people send them questions, but I don't have friends, so I'm going to make my questions. And my question for myself, number one, is, do you like music? And hell yes, I love music. It's the greatest thing to put in your head. If you're going to get addicted to something, get addicted to music. It is the greatest thing in the world. My favorite... See, as a broad genre, I listen to mostly rock. I don't really branch outside of it. I like to stick to my comfort zone of rock music. My favorite genre of rock music, though, is punk. Punk is my favorite, whether it's pop punk, thrash punk, or it's hardcore punk. I listen to anything, or classic punk. Classic punk is some of my favorite stuff. And some of my favorite bands are... NoFX, Bad Religion, Green Day, Black Flag, Teenage Bottle Rocket. I love Teenage Bottle Rocket. I'd love to see them live. They're not super big, but they're one of the best bands out there. I love them to death. But my favorite band is Green Day. I've liked them since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I remember I'd sit and I'd listen to them with my sister, and I can actually remember the first Green Day song I ever heard, and it was Longview. Just that intro bass line, I remember that I was like, just blew my pants away. It was like a religious experience for like my 5-year-old self. Later to learn that song was about an acid trip, so you tell what got my young mind. Freaking drugs. Dang. But anyway, and I've liked them for a long time, but they are tied with another one of my favorite bands. I cannot separate them from the NoFX. I love the NoFX a lot too. I can't decide between the two. I probably never will. And I can actually remember telling you what my first NoFX song I ever heard, and that's She's Nubs. So, yes. I love that song to this day. It's really funny. I didn't really understand it when I was like 8 when I heard it, but I liked it. And I've come to listen to them ever since then. And outside of like the punk genre, I listen to like some metal. I listen to all kinds of metal though. I listen to anything from like light metalcore to like black metal. I don't listen to a lot of real heavy metals or even like real slow metals like black metal because I'm too ADHD for it. And that's why the punk just works so well for my head, because I'm sorry, as great as your 12-minute guitar solo might be, I'm going to get confused and I'm going to start looking at a squirrel that's that way, and then that squirrel's going to be named Mr. Bob, and his whole entire fort is going to be on fire because that jackass named Phil. See? Just went right off my topic. And this is why the punk works for me, because a 2.5-minute long song, awesome. As cool as for like 13 minutes might be, I will forget what I'm doing. I am so sorry for you guys. Ow! I just got hit in the balls by this flap on the table. Can you see this? It just came out from like this and hit me in the testicles. Ow! That's the second fail I've had during this, but I'm not going to cut this one out. You're going to get to keep that little jewel. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I love music. It's one of the greatest things in the world. I like classic rock too. I love all rock music. It's great. It is a gift from Sky Gandhi. But anyway, yeah, so another thing I like to do, my second big passion, is skateboarding. I've been skateboarding ever since I was 5. Everything seems to be since I was 5 years old. I don't know why, that's just a number I use. And here I am showing like 3.5, wait a minute. I'm stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. I'm showing like 4.5. I don't know why that tricked me up so bad. I'm not that stupid. Give it together, man. You could have had a V8! Anyway. That's why I yell at my car every morning, is it could have had a V8. But anyway. Yeah. But I love to skate. It's one of my favorite things to do. No matter what kind of a mood I'm in, skating is just like... I don't know why. When I do it by myself, it's so calming. When I skate by myself, it's the most calming thing in the world. So I'm dumb, and I somehow managed to click off on this thing, but I'm just going to splice this right into the next one. I was talking about skateboarding and how when I skate by myself, it's really calming, I can always clear my head, and I can focus. And like I said, I've been skating since I was about 5 years old. I love it. And I love skating with friends. That's the most hype thing I can do when I skate. It's awesome. The kind of skating I do is I just do like street skate. I just skate around and and I do some tricks. Nothing fancy. I don't enter competitions. I'm not that good. Don't do freaking 900s off the top of the school or anything crazy. But and I've done some little longboarding. I liked it. My first time longboarding, I fell down a hill and grounded half my elbow off. So of course I like it. I mean, what's no better than skating and self-destruction? And well, other parts about skating I like. It just makes me feel good. And it's kind of like learning to play guitar. As you do it, it sucks at first, but once you start getting it, it becomes addicting. It's like, oh, hey, I got it. That's awesome. And it's that feeling of like, yes, I did it! And you're just like, woo! It makes you want to like rip your pants off and throw it at the nearest telephone pole. Because you get so excited. It's a beautiful feeling. And if you've never felt the feeling of like you just succeeded in something and you just instantly wanted to high five a bear and hand it a Coca-Cola, then you've never lived. It's the greatest thing in the world. Okay, now, another one of my big passions is cars. I love cars. I've been working on them since I was little. I grew up in a car family. We've always had cars. We've always worked on cars. Everything from old stuff to kind of new stuff. Nothing real new. But I love it, and I like to talk cars with friends. I like to work on cars. I like to work on my car. And I really like... I grew up in a very, like, American family, like... old school American muscle. I like that stuff too, but I do have a small love for, actually it's not a small love, it's a pretty big love for like the Japanese and JDM stuff. I love that stuff. It's so cool. It's so inventive, and I love it, and I like all kinds of cars. I'm not one of those people who shuns things away. They're pretty sweet, and if anybody wants to talk car with me, I'm always down for that. Always. Love it. Same thing with music. You want to talk music? Heck yeah, man, I'll talk music. You want to talk skating? I'll talk skating all day. And I have friends who, they'll text me in the spring, like, what are you doing? I'm like, skating. Text me an hour and a half later, what are you doing? Skating. Text me 2 hours later, what are you doing? Skating. And they're like, Jesus, are you married to this thing? And I'm like, if it was possible, I would marry it. Skateboarding is awesome. Other things I like to do is I like movies. I love movies a lot because what other way is there you can kill 2 hours and be totally entertained the whole time? Like I said earlier, I am incredibly ADHD. If I'm not focused, I will wander off and I will make my own story somewhere else. Whether it's Bob the Squirrel and that jerk Phil, who thinks it's cool to play with lighter fluid next to the stove. Don't even want to talk about Phil right now. It's got me so amped up because Phil, such a tool. Anyway, but yeah, that's me. I love movies and things like that, and I like anything from just like horror movies to adventure movies to action movies. And I really love like some of the Japanese like old school Godzilla movies. Those are the best, even though none of the voices match up with the mouths. It's amazing. There's something about a really crappy monster movie that makes me smile. And I've always like seen myself kind of like Godzilla in the first like 3 minutes of a battle, get my ass handed to me, and then finally I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna body slam it, and I'm gonna complete it, and I am the shit! And that's how I do things. And one of the best examples of that is if you watch Godzilla fight Mechagodzilla. Finally, he gets tired of his freaking laser beams, and he kicks his ass after walking through wires and stuff. But yeah, takes him to freaking monster school and smacks him upside the wiener. Anyway, I am so weird, but somehow people find this entertaining. I don't know. Once again, one of my other big things is I like to make people laugh. This is like my art form. And so much to the point of, like I said, this is my thing. Like I talked about in Deadpool, how he's just, Ryan Reynolds was like, when Francis tells him the only thing that doesn't survive this place is a sense of humor, and he's like, we'll see about that. That's me. My sense of humor is like how I do things. I love my sense of humor, and if I didn't have it, things would be awful. Like I would take everything so cynical, and I don't like that. I like my sense of humor. And like I said, I've even had teachers tell me, like, yeah, like, if it, like, you really liven stuff up, it's kind of funny. And sometimes, like, I like to see myself as that breath of fresh air. Now, I know a certain amount of me can get pretty annoying because I have 3 sisters, and they have told me that so much in my life that I can get really annoying. But they all love me because I'm fabulous. So this is just a little video about me, and I'm actually going to try and learn how to edit so I can make this together. This video should be pretty funny because I have a couple of bloopers, and the last one I got hit in the testicles, blah, blah, blah. And I will warn you guys, some of my humor could be considered offensive. I'm not trying to offend anybody. That's just me. I just keep going on, and I'm sorry if I make anyone upset, but just know that this could be a possible trigger warning because I am pretty weird. I'm pretty sure I did make a sexual Chewbacca Star Wars reference in the last one. So, I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching these. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for not rubbing your genitals on my face when I'm on your computer screen, or your phone screen, or your tablet screen, or your typewriter screen. You guys are the best, and thumbs up. Hey guys, it's John. Well, should I keep this intro or should I do a new one? Oh, I broke my ass bone. Ow! You know what? I think we'll try and do a new intro.